and welcome to Casual Leaves. So today I want to talk about the ugliest philodendron in this room. I've had this plant for more than 2 years. It was one of the plants I got right in the start, and this plant has been through a lot. The plant I will be showing today has gone through overwatering, underwatering, repotting, falling. Let's not even talk about the lighting conditions I put through. But as I was becoming a plant parent, this plant went through a lot. It went on a roller coaster with me, and today it's in really, really bad shape. We all have that one plant which is not doing well, but we don't do anything about it because something is there that doesn't make us get to it. But today I'm ready to confront it. I'm ready to confront this ugly plant in my collection, and I don't really feel that bad calling it ugly because it is not doing well. It looks very out of place, and I want to see what I can do with it, fix it, finally get to it, stop avoiding, neglecting, ignoring it anymore, and do something about it. And the reason why I want to do that is there's a lot of potential in this plant. I know it can do really well. It can be a very beautiful plant. And so yeah, let's start with it. So the plant that I'm calling the ugliest in my collection, my ugly philodendron, is this guy. So I don't know like what's really going on, if people will even recognize this plant. It's a philodendron burly marks, and it is actually doing really bad. If I try to show it from all the sides, it's doing quite poorly. It's falling out, its leaves are really small, it's got ton of dry leaves, and yeah, basically a lot of problems. I don't even know why it is on this hanger. I have no idea what I have been doing with this, but I will get to that. Everything that I've put this plant through, it's leaning, falling behind, a lot of dry roots and dry stems and dried leaves, so it's really not doing well. The good thing though is that when I got this plant, it was a single node cutting, and today it's 5 different plants. There are 5 shoots right from there, from that one little node. So I know that the potential of this plant is a lot, and I want to fix it. A lot of dust on it, a lot of stuff in it, but yeah, let's just start with it. Basically, this plant used to be in a glass case, like a glass vase, and it was doing well. It didn't have a drainage hole, and it was doing fine. Then I decided to shift it. This was right at the beginning of me even making videos. I mean, I had that plant and I used to try experiments on it even before I started making YouTube videos about plants. And then I put different types of soils. The soils didn't work. I changed pots. I changed its places. I underwatered it so many times, I overwatered it so many times, and I changed its lighting conditions too many times. I tried hanging it in my bathroom, I tried hanging it in the bedroom, I put it in the kitchen. I've done everything with it. And I kept doing that because I knew it's a very hardy plant. We know that philodendron burly marks is quite hardy. It's one of the most, easy common house plants, very easygoing, not really dramatic. But right now you can see the condition. It's like really bad. Its leaves are yellowing. Roots are very good. It always had good roots, which is reflective of its easygoing conditions. And it's just that, I don't know, maybe I've tried giving it nutrition, I've tried everything, but it's just always been not doing so well after a point. Initially, it used to be very good. When I started with it, it used to have really big leaves. I used to really like this plant. I showed it in some of my very early videos. The leaves were so nice and so good. I used to keep it right in the front of my houseplant decor things, but I don't know, something went downhill completely. Okay, so there are about 5 shoots, but I don't know if they are like connected at the base of things. Can I like chop them and separate them? Will they come apart on their own? I don't know. Let me figure it out. This one seems to be coming out. Let me try and separate. The reason I didn't want to do this is because it involves a lot of damage to the leaves. Like, I'm not patient with kind of untangling plants which are so badly tangled with each other. but I'll try. I will try for the sake of this plant. So this is where we are at. There was a lot of dead foliage, and in which of course I've broken some new foliage too, but a lot of that. But I have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 cuttings for parts of the plants which we are going to work with today. Okay, so I'm going to treat this as the mother plant. This is 2 stems together. Most amount of roots are in this one, so I'm going to put this back into a new soil, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll try and put a little stake for support. I think why my earlier plant, the way it was earlier, was not doing well is because there was no supporting system. This is another one which has few roots, so I'm going to put this in water. I'm thinking I'm going to put this in water, and I broke this stem knowingly. I mean, this doesn't have any roots right now, but the experiment with this one would be to put it in water again. So this goes into water propagation, and even this maybe. And I'm thinking this one, which has some decent amount of roots, can go in leca. So I can actually compare leca, water and soil for the same plant. And note that it came from the same single node plant cutting that I had, so it's going to be a good experiment. I think it's going to be lovely to document the journey. So this goes in leca. Even this can, I'm thinking, but yeah, actually these 2 together can go in leca, I'm thinking. So it makes it for a little bushier kind of a cutting. So this can go in leca, this will go in water, and this will go in a new soil. So let's get into that bit. Okay, so here is my philodendron. It's on a tray, which is quite a thing. So this is my original mother plant, which I'll be calling now. It's got great roots. I have tried to clean it as much as possible. There's some root colors which are a bit dark, but it's not bad. It's not a root rot or anything. This is gonna go back into a soil mix. So this goes into another pot. Then I have this one, which is basically going to go in for water propagation because it has no roots whatsoever. So that's for that. And then I have this and this with some roots, which I have cleaned as much as possible because this is going to go into leca, and I want very little soil to be there in that. I've broken this leaf. Just going to remove that. So I'll put it like this together into leca. So I think the easiest one would be to just simply put this in my test tube, my propagation center. I'm just going to add water in this, and this one will be good to go. I already have 2 other propagations of my Enjoy Pothos and my Tribui Moonlight. I broke this by mistake, so I did with this. So this can go into my propagation center in a brightly lit window. I'm going to keep it away. And for the leca one, I have this here. So I have some pre-washed leca. I use it for some other plants. I used it for my anthurium recently, which is doing so well. I'm going to show that too right now actually. So I have been documenting the journey with this anthurium, which is Anthurium dressleri mixed with crystallinum, and it's been doing so well. Look at the new roots. I have been documenting this every few days and weeks on my channel and on my Instagram, so you can go and see how beautiful the roots are doing. It's got a ton of roots, And once the roots are in place, we should see some new growth, and I will document that too. So let's do the leca one next. I think this is a decent size. This is similar to the anthurium pot I just showed. I just want to check how much space will the roots get. I think that's fine. That's pretty good. And I can keep them facing this way, so it makes a roundish enclosure. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with a base layer of leca at the bottom. I'm gonna try and keep the roots a bit above the bottom because we don't want roots to be in water all the time. So just 1/4, a bit more than 1/4 is leca. Then goes the plant with the roots. Yep, this is fine. Now I can add leca. And now for the soil one, I have my sort of a DIY soil mix, which I've been recently using for a lot of my plants. I'm going to use that. I need to add the stake. So I've just gotten this wooden stake, which is actually from a bouquet which I'd received long back. I'd saved it for something like this. I'm just gonna put that in. A little bit of basil coat. I've been trying to add it in most of the soil mixes. The plants are having like a traditional soil mix almost. So just gonna add that and cover it with soil. Okay, we are in the bathroom now. I'm gonna put water in all the 3 plants. Alright, I'm back and more damage. I've just been breaking so many leaves while doing this, but it was bound to happen. It's such a bushy plant, it was gonna happen that way. But here I have them all. This is my propagation station, which now has a burly marks. My philodendron is right here, and it's got this little tube for itself. The other two are for my other two plants, which are still working on growing roots. So this will go in a nice bright spot. Then I have the one with leca. Really going to be looking forward to this one because this will be my second attempt at leca after, of course, we spoke of my anthurium. But this looks good. This has two different cuttings, so looking good, happy with it. This has a lot of water right now, which I'm gonna throw. I'm just gonna keep the bottom, maybe this much section, just water till here maybe with this root, because my leca was dry and I should have wetted it before maybe, but that's fine. You just need to let it soak in water a bit, and then I'll throw the excess water out. And then I have my traditional setup with my DIY soil mix, and I've put a stake in it here, tied a little thread to it here, and yeah, looks fine. The good thing with all three of the situations here is that they're all very bushy. They all have like rounded personalities, literally. They're on all sides. It's not like they're facing one side. Like earlier how my plant was all slanted onto one side, so that's not there anymore. So very happy. I'm so glad I did this. I'm hoping it works. I'm hoping I get good big leaves. A lot of people put moss poles also for burly marks. I've seen they put stakes, support systems. They can grow up to be really huge. So I'm way far away from all of that, and that's why I'm sorry I called it the ugliest philodendron in my collection, but it was actually the most uncared philodendron. I didn't care for it at all. So my mistake there, my mistake for experimenting with it so much. But that's also the fun part of owning the plant, and easy plants, common plants which aren't really expensive, to try and experiment with them. It helps you gain confidence too. So I'm fine. I mean, of course, the plant went through a lot, but overall worth it. And if the result of this is good, then I'll be really happy, and I'll be happy for taking so many efforts today to put this entire thing into place. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. It's a lot of hard work. So if you liked it and you watched it till the end, please do hit the like button. Please do subscribe to the channel. And I hope you'll watch my next video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.